Hello, guys! Welcome back to Faith Movies. Today's movie recap will be a drama and action movie from 2011 called Courageous. Warning, there are spoilers ahead. The movie begins at a gas station. Nathan, who is trying to fill up gas, notices his windshield has been stained. As he moves away to clean it, another man steals his truck and drives off. Seeing this, Nathan runs after him and manages to get his truck back after causing the thief to get into an accident, but the criminal escapes. Some women who witness this try to help Nathan, seeing that he is injured. Nathan crawls to the back of his truck to show them he has a child in the car. Fortunately, the child is unharmed, much to the woman's relief. The police are then called to investigate the crime. The cops, Adam Mitchell and Shane Fuller, soon realize that Nathan is their new deputy. The cops return home, where we are introduced to their families. Mitchell is the father of 2 kids, Emily and Dylan. He adores Emily but is somewhat distant from Dylan because they don't share the same interests. Even when his wife suggests he spend more time with his son, he says it would feel like torture to hang out with him. At work, Mitchell invites Thompson and Shane to his house on Saturday. Nathan is also introduced to the rest of the team, and the sheriff speaks to the cops about being fathers and loving their families. Mitchell and Shane go on their shifts when Mitchell gets a call from the sheriff, and he unintentionally says, "Love you, bye," at the end of the call, confusing the sheriff. They arrive at a neighborhood with Thompson and Nathan to arrest Clyde and Jamar Holloman for drug possession. The duo tries to run, and the cops relentlessly chase after them. They're able to catch up and arrest them. However, a man who seems to be the leader of a gang watches this and pretends to shoot at Nathan using his hand as a fake gun. The scene shifts to Javier Martinez, who has just lost his job. He returns home to his family, and his wife, Carmen, is upset, reminding him that they owe $400 in a week. He gives her $300 and tells her to buy whatever she and the kids need before leaving to find another job. Before he leaves, Carmen apologizes for her behavior. Next, the focus moves to Nathan's family. His eldest daughter, Jade, is interested in a boy named Derek, but Nathan doesn't approve, as he doesn't want her to start dating yet since she's only 15. Shane and Mitchell spend time with Mitchell's daughter, Emily, after work. We learn that Shane is divorced but has joint custody of his son. Shane goes out to get something at the mall, and while Mitchell and Emily wait for him outside, Emily starts dancing when she hears a song she loves. Shane returns and teases Mitchell for not dancing with his daughter. Later, Shane, Mitchell, Nathan, and Thompson hang out together at Mitchell's home. They talk about their fathers, revealing that both Thompson and Shane's parents are divorced. Thompson is the only one among them who is single. Nathan shares that he never met his father but has a father figure, William Barrett, a man from his neighborhood who mentored him. Before Shane leaves, he mentions to Mitchell that a man named Javier worked on his deck and recommends him for Mitchell's building project. Mitchell agrees to use his skills. Javier Martinez finds another job, and his wife, Carmen, is happy for him. He immediately goes to the site, but the employer rejects him, saying he has already hired everyone he needs. Feeling dejected, Javier walks through an alley, asking God what he wants him to do. Meanwhile, Mitchell, mistaking him for a different Javier recommended by a friend, calls him over to help with backyard projects and construction. Javier is confused at first, but agrees. When Javier gets home, he tells his wife everything and that he'll be returning the next day. A few days later, while Mitchell is hanging out with his friends, Shane mentions that Javier couldn't come because he has kidney stones. This confuses Mitchell, who says Javier has been working at his house for the past 3 days. When Shane describes the Javier he's talking about, Mitchell realizes it's a different Javier at his house. He returns home to confront Javier. The confrontation is confusing but somewhat funny, and Mitchell decides to let him continue working. Meanwhile, Jade is visited by Derek, her new crush and a new member of a gang, who comes to show her his new car. He asks her if she wants to go out with him. Just then, Nathan steps outside, asks his daughter to go back inside, and tries to talk to Derek. He explains that Jade is still too young to date and invites Derek to join them for dinner. Nathan's wife also mentions that she doesn't like Derek, finding him very disrespectful. At Mitchell's home, he and Javier grow closer as Javier shares more about his life. Mitchell suggests recommending Javier for a full-time job at a factory. During their conversation, Shane rushes in, telling Mitchell that Emily has been in a car wreck. He explains that a drunk driver hit Mitchell's daughter, and when they arrive at the hospital, Mitchell learns that Emily has passed away. This devastates Mitchell and his entire family, but it leads him to reconnect with his son, mending their distant relationship. 6 months later, Mitchell reads about fatherhood in the Bible and decides he must be a better father. He creates a resolution to honor God in every aspect of his family life. He realizes he needs to engage in his son's interests, especially running. Meanwhile, Javier secures the factory job Mitchell promised him and becomes close friends with the other cops. Later, Mitchell, Nathan, Shane, Thompson, and Javier join Mitchell in signing the resolution during a formal ceremony conducted by Nathan's neighborhood mentor, the man Nathan views as a father figure. As a result of the resolution, Mitchell and Shane strengthen their relationships with their sons. Nathan tries to repair his relationship with his daughter and visits the grave of his biological father, whom he had never met, ultimately forgiving him. Mitchell returns to the spot where his daughter once danced and dances to her favorite song, imagining she is with him. He thanks God for the years he had with Emily and asks him to tell her that he did his part of the dance. Thompson reveals that he fathered a child in college and deserted the mother when she refused to have an abortion. He writes to the mother, seeking to mend their relationship and connect with his child, hoping to ensure the child doesn't endure a rough childhood. At work, Martinez's manager offers him a promotion on the condition that he falsifies some inventory documents. This shocks both him and his wife, who is worried that Javier might lose his job. After being given a day to think about it, Martinez refuses, stating that it would be improper. This act impresses his boss, who then promotes him and increases his pay, revealing that it was a test to check Javier's integrity. Javier is the only employee who passed the test, while others failed. Javier then calls his wife to share the good news. Meanwhile, Mitchell makes a shocking discovery about his friend Shane. He finds out that Shane has been stealing drugs from police evidence to resell on the streets for extra money. Although this deeply upsets Mitchell, he chooses to uphold his integrity and report Shane. A sting operation is set up, which leads to Shane's arrest and imprisonment. Shane tries to justify his actions by explaining that he was doing it for his son, as he felt his salary wasn't enough to provide for him. Mitchell delivers the heartbreaking news to Shane's family, especially affecting his son. Nathan takes his daughter, Jade, on a father-daughter dinner date to repair their relationship. Jade finally understands that her father is just looking out for her, and Nathan even gives her a ring to wear until it's replaced by her wedding ring. Later, Mitchell visits Shane in jail, where Shane admits he made a mistake and asks Mitchell to look after his son. During a traffic stop, Nathan and Thompson unknowingly confront the armed leader of a gang they've encountered before, the same man who witnessed the arrests of Clyde and Jamar. One of the gang members is Derek, who stops the leader from shooting Nathan with a shotgun, recognizing him as Jade's father. After an intense firefight that injures Derek and Mitchell, the gang is arrested. Nathan asks Derek why he's involved with the gang, and Derek reveals that he had no one who cared about him. Towards the end of the movie, during a Father's Day church service, the men present the resolution, and Mitchell urges the fathers in the congregation to be godly influences on their families. Mitchell runs in a 5K race with both his and Shane's sons. Nathan begins mentoring Derek, who is now in prison, and Thompson meets his daughter for the first time. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe. Your support is appreciated. Remember, Jesus loves you. Have a blessed day, and see you next time.